My first opera was in the fall of 1937, Don Pasquale by Donizetti, the part of Norina, which is like a very funny, it's a humorous part. Our town was on the East Prussian border town, and I used to go across and study the piano, take lessons with a teacher in the German town. And I once sang something for her, and she said, "You have such a pretty voice." And she said, "You should go to Berlin." She was actually the head of that conservatory where I went to, Mrs. Hollander. She was a singer too. Susanne Hollander.
What was it called, the conservatory?
Sternsches Konservatorium, Stern. Got there, I would say, about the end of, 31 or 32, to the conservatory. And in 33, when Hitler came to power, I was still studying. And in 1933, all the Jewish artists were fired, all musicians, all professionals, all the businesses were taken away. And till this day, it's not quite known why the Nazis allowed the Jews to form an organization which was called the Jüdische Kulturbund, the Jewish Culture Association. There was a drama section, there was an orchestra, and an opera company, and a cabaret, and lectures, and films were shown. It was really a godsend for the people who lost their jobs. But many were leaving, many in spite of it. Many, they knew that the end wouldn't be good, and they were leaving for wherever they whoever would let them in. By the way, we were not allowed to perform German composers. We couldn't, not to contaminate, what do you call it, to contaminate, no. Contaminate the German music. We couldn't perform German authors.
That was the reason?
That was forbidden. We could only do like we did French, Russian.
How did they pick the artists who would be in Kulturbund? I mean, how were they chosen?
People auditioned, and if they were okay, they took them. And some had big names in the general music world. Some were known opera singers, in the German opera. This was a performance only for Jews and by Jews. And Jews could buy a subscription. And they had to have an identification card with a picture. And in every performance, there was a Gestapo man watching. And my friend, a colleague of mine, whose picture I'll show you, told me that one of them came over to her and gave her such a compliment, how much he enjoyed the performance. There was a Jewish cultural life, which is never mentioned. It was only, the persecution is mentioned, but not this spiritual persecution.